Like the video and subscribe if you love Roblox. Hey yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Illusions Ghost. Welcome back to another video, guys. And inside of this video, we are back inside of Build a Boat for Treasure Roblox, as you guys can clearly tell. And inside of this video, what we're actually going to be going over is none other than all the update items, all this summer update or spring update, whatever month. Anyway, all of the update items that are coming out very soon, guys. So make sure you guys all stay tuned throughout this video so you guys do not miss a single thing. And of course, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys all hit the like button, subscribe, and of course turn on the notifications. That way, guys, you do not miss a single upload on this channel or a single update inside of Build a Boat for Treasure. So anyway, guys, without further ado, let's jump straight into this video, guys. So again, inside this video, what we're going over is actually the new items that should be coming out very soon. And not only that, guys, but also what these items are likely to do. All right, so the first item that we actually have to go over is none other than the blueprint tool, guys. All right, if you guys don't know what the blueprint tool is, okay, it was actually leaked a long time ago, guys, and this is actually what it looks like, all right, in the flesh. So this was actually leaked inside of Chillthrill's inventory a long time ago, and a lot of people were a little confused on how this thing was actually going to work and when it's actually going to come out. However, just because it was leaked a long time ago does not mean that it won't come out. All right, for example, these were actually leaked. All this item right here was actually leaked all the way back in like 2018. It actually took almost 5 years for this thing to actually get added to the game after it was leaked, guys. 5 whole years. All right, so this blueprint tool item, because it looks like something that it looks like an actual tool, like it could be down inside of your little hotbar, all right, down here. However, guys, I'm thinking that it's actually not like that. Actually, I think it would actually be inside of the menu up here, like something like this, like kind of looking like the quest. All right, so what this thing would actually do is basically you would go into your menu, all right, and then you would actually click on this blueprint tool up on the top, somewhere up on this hotbar, all right, and then what you guys would do, all right, is you would have to select certain items, certain builds inside of there, all right, and you would have to either buy them with gold or Robux or something like that, guys. All right, and then what actually would happen is it would build that build for you using your items, guys. So if you had the necessary amount of items, it would actually build the build for you, all right, and you don't even have to do anything. All right, though this does take the build out of Build a Boat, it would be super cool because you could actually even include you know, special items like the classic Build a Boat boat, or even like boat of the season builds, or I mean boat of the week builds, or even boat of the season builds. So I don't know exactly about the boat of the season. Those might be very huge and then therefore very expensive. So I'm not quite sure what exactly how that would be incorporated. Also, they would have to, you know, actually have that inside of the actual like script of the game, which would also be very weird. So I don't know. It would be super cool if you could have other people's builds. All right, if you could actually sell your own builds to people for either Robux or, you know, something like that, guys. That could actually, you know, probably bring a lot more people to Build a Boat and actually incentivize builders to build on Build a Boat, guys. But I don't know, that was just a thought, all right, to have boat of the seasons, all right. Probably what is most likely to happen, especially when this thing first comes out, is basically just like a bunch of default builds that Chillthrill and, you know, the other devs have actually made, so that you can actually go and, you know, have them build it for you. Moving on from the blueprint tool, guys, all right, we actually have the sandpaper tool next. All right, if you guys don't know what the sandpaper tool is, it's unsure if this is going to be an actual tool inside of the game or if it's just going to be an item. I think it's more likely to be a tool inside of the game. And also, not only that, guys, it has actually kind of been leaked again, all right, inside of the art stage. Okay, I won't go much into the art stage, but basically, guys, this was actually spotted yet again inside of the art stage. This was leaked a long time ago, kind of like the blueprint tool, all right, and then it actually came back very recently last year, all right, in the form of an art stage. stage. All right, so it's just like a little secret inside of the art stage, and that's it. But anyway, guys, what I'm actually thinking that this sandpaper tool would actually do is probably like change the textures of blocks. So I'm not quite sure why you would exactly want this. All right, but if you guys don't know what sandpaper actually does, okay, basically if you rub it on wood or something, like usually it's wood, all right, if you rub it on wood, it turns it from like this to like this. Usually it doesn't change the color so dramatically, it just makes the wood like smoother and stuff like that. So basically the whole job of sandpaper is to change the texture of the wood. All right, so what this would actually do inside of the actual game, you could probably change almost any texture into any other texture. All right, or you know, depending on how this tool actually works, I'm not sure if you could, you know, change a wood block into like an obsidian block. All right, because that just, you know, or a fabric block, because that just sounds absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how this thing would actually work. All right, that's just actually what I'm thinking that it would do, is something to do with changing the textures, guys. Now the last item that we have to actually go over is none other than this right here. All right, so I know this, you know, obviously looks like it was taken from a thumbnail, and that is exactly why. All right, it is taken from an actual thumbnail. However, this was still leaked inside of Chiltro's inventory. This is one of the newer items, guys. All right, and what this actually would probably do is some sort of PvP item. All right, I'm not sure if you would actually be able, it looks like you would have to put it on the ground, kind of like a cannon, and then actually shoot it at people, rather than the hand cannon that you actually hold in your hand and shoot at people, guys. Okay, but I'm not entirely sure how this thing is going to work. It is said it is titled laser, so it is supposedly shoots lasers at people. So again, this is probably some sort of PvP item where you can actually, you know, do damage and stuff like that and have it on your, you know, thing. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to be different from the like normal cannon. It would be cool, however, to have something like that. All right, we do have something similar, kind of like this. Okay, though I'm not sure that you would actually be sitting inside of it like you are inside of this one right here. Okay, but yeah, guys, that is it for this video. If you guys all did enjoy, make sure you guys consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and of course turn on those notifications. Leave a comment down below on which item you are most hyped about, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys all, peace out, and of course goodbye.